In the city contested. ABC 3340's political reporter Lauren Walsh talked with candidates and voters. And Lauren, what are the key issues in this election?
Dave and Brenda, nearly all the voters I spoke with tell me they're focused on schools during this election cycle. They're worried that as more families move into Hoover, the school system also needs more money. And many candidates are moving education to the top of their platforms. Holly Snuggs is one Hoover voter who will have her children on her mind at the voting booth.
The most important thing in the election year for me, having 2 children in the Hoover City school system, is definitely funding for the schools.
That request now a campaign promise from the 2 men challenging Mayor Gary Ivey. Frank Brocato spent his career in Hoover's fire department. He says the $2 million going to Hoover schools from city coffers is not enough.
I could be held easily to doubling that number. I've looked at the budget and I see some places that I think we need to look at, and certainly before I do that, I want to talk to the finance director and other department heads.
Mayor Ivey points out schools also get millions from property taxes and have a big reserve. Ivey says his opponent's plan is easier said than done.
I'm a big fan of the school system. Some of the guys that's never sat in a chair, you always have to remember anytime you add additional funds to something, you got to cut services somewhere.
So what can be cut to create funding for schools? Brocato says he's looking at capital expenses and would never consider cutting services like public safety.